This particular round is the question and answer session. So they'll be coming up here in tents to pick up a question and then answer it right here. And so let's start off from the voter region where we have Kafui representing that particular region. And so Kafui, if you can hear me, kindly come up stage and pick your question.
Another guilty beat.
When I wake up, you be first thing on my mind.
Kafui, kindly listen attentively. And it says, as an independent nation, do you think Ghana is truly self-reliant? If yes or no, support your answer with facts.
Okay, so in my honest opinion, I feel Ghana is not truly self-reliant because we still depend on some powerful nations for assistance in terms of infrastructure, technology, and even so many other things. Like just the recent COVID-19 outbreak in Ghana, we were able to call on the help of, or on the assistance of other foreign countries in terms of PPEs before we can manage the COVID-19 pandemic. And also, I think we are not really independent because we still imbibe some foreign cultures, like food, like clothing, and even the names, our names. So we still have foreign culture mixed with our culture, and that doesn't make us truly independent. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Kafui. And Doc, were you impressed?
Hello. She has come up with some views, but I think that you should look at it from a bigger point of view. When you say countries, there's no country in this world that is 100% self-reliant, 100% independent. We have embassies in this country. Therefore, it shows that people recognize that as independent states. We also have embassies in other countries, which is also recognized by others. So when you're talking about self-reliant and also independence, is look at it from a bigger point of view, not only in economic terms or social. We are wearing nice GTP. It's printed in Ghana here. It's sold in Ghana here. You are looking beautiful. So don't throw out that we are completely reliant on others. Thank you very much. But you try to demonstrate.
All right, a round of applause for Kafui. Thank you so much, Kafui. And coming up next for the question and answer session, let's give it up for Zuzu representing the Northern region. And for this round, they have 2 minutes to answer the question. And so when you come up here, ladies, if you're listening to me backstage, you have 2 minutes. Zuzu.
I dey feel you no be lie. Oh, Bema, so me inside the auto. If you know they my body, my mind go they bust you. If you know they my body.
All right, Zuzu, your question. It says, do you think Ghana would have been better off as a socialist state than what it is now?
Ghana as now, I think Ghana is practicing capitalism and a system that has allowed even individuals to own properties, lands, businesses in our country. Socialism only allows the government to take control of everything, our governance, our businesses, and to make equal distribution to citizens in the country. Now, I think Ghana is better off a capitalist state than to be a socialist state because I believe that as a country, individuals owning private businesses allows the government to also have different space to cater for other needs of citizens. Whilst the private companies are taking care of one of our problems, the other is being taken care of by the government. I also believe that, let me take a typical example using COVID-19. This year, when this pandemic came, we had government, because it couldn't do everything, it opened an account where citizens came in to help the country by donating funds. And I think
Zuzu,
Thank you.
unfortunately,
Thank
your
you.
time is up. Now
Thank
let's
you.
take some comments from Doc, who is a senior lecturer from the University of Ghana. Doc, what are your thoughts?
Thank you very much. You have tried to provide opportunity that we are not only serving or having capitalist country, but also you try to show that we have a mix. And it's true, Ghana is a mixed system that we are practicing. Socialism, whereby the state controls everything. It would have been good to have told us that we have ever practiced it before and it did not work. We used to have the state hotels, state laundry, state farms. All of them showed how socialism practiced. But so far, you have done well, but it's still important to remember that we are practicing mixed system now, not socialism or capitalism. But overall, you have done well.
Thank you so much, Doc. And Zuzu, representing the Northern region. And away from the Northern region, we're going to the Central region. And Ifria is next to pick up her question for this session.
Of love.
All right, Ifria, this is yours. And it says, Ghana is a country that practices multi-party system of government. Give reasons why this is helpful or unhelpful to the development of the nation.
Okay, first of all, Ghana is a multi-party country. So basically we have a lot of parties in the country. And the reason why I would say it is good for us to practice multi-party system is because it promotes tolerance from other people. You get to tolerate other people's ideas or views. Also, being a multi-political party country or multi-party system, being something that we practice in this country, is good because it promotes accountability. Because when one party is in power and there are no other parties to put that party in check, they get to get away with committing crimes. So when there are other parties, they put them in check. Yes, so I think it's good. And one thing I also say is, practicing multi-party system is also good because in reality, one-party system, thank you.
Ifria, are you done? Ifria, are you leaving it there? You still have some seconds?
Yes, please. So practicing multi-party system is also good because it's something that is good, and the country is able to assess everybody through other political party system, and it's not expensive to practice in the country. Everybody gets to come in power to show what they can do for the citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ifria. Now let's find out from Doc what his thoughts are on Ifria's answer.
Thank you very much. This is not a university class, so I'm very modest here. To start with, of all the systems that we have, multi-party is the most expensive one. You said that it is not expensive, it's the most expensive one. You have to pay for parliamentarians and all that, number two. Secondly, multi-party, you brought some good aspects of multi-party, which is very important. But it also has weakness, and one of the key weaknesses of multi-party is that they are not able to ensure enforcement of what we call state coercion. It means that we are not able to enforce laws so well. You know, the president has been insisting several times we should wear masks. If we're under the military regime, everybody will be wearing masks. But because multi-party, people can easily go to court. But so far, you have done well. But next time, push harder. Thank you.
All right, Doc says next time, push harder. And this is a tip of the iceberg of what will be happening during the grand finale in just 2 weeks. And so as you're watching, keep voting for your favorite contestant, and it starts 713 *19# across all networks. Now from the Central region, let's take you to the Greater Accra region, and Na comes up in a bit to pick up her question for the session. Na, over to you. All right, now this is your question, and it says, would Ghana's development be any different if there were more women in government than men?
Yes, I believe Ghana's development will be a lot different if there were more women in government than men. For two reasons. You know that a lot of the issues that we have in this country, a lot of the issues that people advocate for are issues concerning women. Female genital mutilation, widowhood rights, less women in leadership, etc. Now, when we have women in government, these issues will be addressed. And when we have these issues addressed, the women facing them will be in a better position to be at the front of Ghana's socio-economic system, so they'll be able to make some money for themselves. The entire society will rise as a result of that. And also, I believe that women are naturally serviceable. We like to focus on fixing the small things, which is one of the things that have been used against us anyway. But I think that is a very important factor for leadership, because if you like to work, then it's easy for you to practice leadership by example. And also, I believe that women have developed and learned to be leaders over so many years. So it's not appropriate anymore to say that men are natural leaders. Women are leaders too, and at the same time, they are hands-on with work. So that's a very good combination of qualities for anyone to be in leadership positions. And so for these two reasons and many others that I'll leave out because of time, I believe that Ghana's government will be positively different if a lot more women were in power. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Now, over to you, Doc. What are your impressions so far?
Thank you very much. Now you have 2 minutes. It's not enough to just give 2 reasons. You have 2 minutes. You could have given 4. But let me also say that it is not really appropriate to say that having more women, we need both. We need men and women. We have to work together as both sexes will have to make their contribution to bring development to this country. Let me say that in leadership, there are certain times that you have to take very difficult decisions. And research has proven that mothers are sometimes very reluctant in taking some of these tough decisions. And therefore, you will need both men and women to contribute to bring development into this country. But we hope and pray that we have more women climbing up to contribute more to development in this country.
Thank you so much, Doc. And thank you as well. Now, from the Greater Accra region, we're moving on to the Eastern region, and Ofosuya is coming up to pick up her question for this session. Don't forget that one lady will be missing out on that bus ride to the grand finale. Ofosuya, it is your turn now to come pick up your question.
If it's ever me, go suffer till your die. If them not like you, make them go cry. Cause I will show you loving all night, all night. Yeah. My mama want me, my papa want me, sister want me, brother want me.
All right, Ofosuya. It says, what do you know about Ghana Beyond Aid? Give reasons why it is attainable or not.
Thank you for the question. So Ghana Beyond Aid is a concept that the current president came up with to reduce the way we as a country depend on other countries for aid. And I believe it is attainable. This is a country that is endowed with so much natural resources. This is a country that is endowed with intellect people. We have universities that have engineering sectors. Why then can't we achieve everything on our own as well? If these engineers are consulted from the universities, they can make all the constructions that we are calling those in China for all the time. If we as a country can grow whatever we want on our soil. There are countries that do not even have fertile lands. This is a country that has a fertile land. So therefore, why can't we be independent? We can grow our own foods. We can also exploit from our natural resources, the gold, instead of we selling it to them and they giving us jewelries and we buying it at expensive prices. Why don't we sort the engineers? Why don't we sort those who have learned detailed information about these mineral resources to craft something and we sell it in our own country? it is so attainable if we will use the people in our own country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ofosia. Doc, what are your comments?
Thank you very much. Ofosia, you have done well by telling us what Ghana Beyond Aid is and how we can also achieve that. But it's still important to mention that you still need some support from somewhere to be able to move on. It may not necessarily be in form of aid. It could also be other forms like trade, which is an alternative to aid. I think you have done so well. To try to explain to you.
Thank you.
All right, and if Ofosia is your favorite, it is *13 *19# across all networks. Don't forget that tonight we're evicting one lady, and she will be missing out on the grand finale. We've seen 5 of our ladies so far. We have 2 more to go. And now let's give it up for Abna from the Ahafo region as she comes up for this session.
Ever since she came out, I never felt this way before. I'm looking for a boy, baby. So baby, I go hold you. I keep your heart, girl. I never let you go. Come on, oh bye, baby, yeah.
Abna, this is your question, and it says, would you say there's a gap between what the citizens want and what the leaders in government provide?
Thank you so much, Anita. Honorable judges, I would like to state emphatically that there is a gap between what the citizens want and what governments give us. First of all, government deliver promise based on manifesto presented. And these manifestos are actually drafted by hired experts that think for the people and write things that will sound appealing to the people. But if this manifesto are people-driven and are not about big grammar, but a document that will address the basic and the social needs of the people, I think it will help bridge the gap. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Abna. Back to you, Doc.
Thank
Abna,
you very much.
Abna,
you have made a very important issue that there's a gap between what the citizens want and what the government actually provide. But the problem is that the government may wish to provide more for what the citizens want, for instance, jobs, but the opportunities are limited. Secondly, it is not really right that early experts write manifesto. Manifestos are written on the basis of the issues and conditions on the ground. This determines the manifesto that the political parties churn out to the people of this country. But I think overall, you have done very well. Your clothes is very nice.
All right, thank you so much, Abna. And then finally, let's give it up for Talata as she comes up for this session.
Baby, do him some favor. Officer, don't see him, man. Said out there, Roger, man, you're my shaman, him do stuff if I'm a home. I did what they maybe I didn't know, so I can't have my favor. Hey, you're too sexy, you're too bad.
All right, Talata, this is yours. And it says, name and support with reasons the 3 things you would fix if you were elected as president of Ghana.
Okay. If elected as the president of Ghana, which one day I would want to be, I would want to face the first thing, which is unemployment. Second thing, our health and welfare. And the third thing is our tourism. Picking from health and welfare. Since independence, Ghana is based on improving on the public health, whereby we've produced more sanitations and all that, water, blah, blah, blah. But at this point, you go to some of our urban areas and there are hospitals, but we don't have enough skills personnel to work in there. We have enough skilled personnel, and we don't have doctors, health welfare, health facilities there. Taking from our tourism. Tourism is a very big thing that also adds up to our economy. Looking at last year where there was a year of return, we had so many people coming from the diaspora to come and see Ghana. And I believe that they invested and then they put so much money into coming to see. So if we are able to improve on our infrastructures that people can get access to, I believe that this thing that if we do that as a president, if I become, that is what I would do in order to raise more funds to boost our economy. And lastly is on unemployment. There are so many youths out there who are working, but aside their work, their salary is lesser than their expenses. So at this point, they have a side work they do, which they call side gig. So I believe if I become the president of Ghana, I would want to invest more into their side works that they can also employ about 1 or 2 people to also work within. And I think that when I do this as a president of Ghana, Ghana is going to become one of the best countries which will have a stabilized economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Talata. Finally, Doc, Talata.
I'm happy that you are aspiring to be the president of this country, and that is very good. That is very, very good. Try to work very hard to improve upon the areas that you are strong so that you can be the president of this country in future. You have brought up key issues that you want to focus on, and I think that is very important. But one of the very important problems we have in this country that every president must fix is corruption. So if you have the opportunity to become the president, please make sure that you close all the holes that people have to do. Thank you very much. You have done well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc, and thank you so much, Talata. Don't forget, this is GMB 2020, uniquely Ghanaian, exceptionally African.